Within your political career, would the 20th and the 21st of August in 2018 be the day or the week that you think would be a sliding doors moment for you?
Well, yes, of course, because it would have been a very different outcome. I think it was a sliding doors election, so I think there was a very different outcome that I thought was a certainty. I thought Bill Shorten would win the election without any question. Every political, interested person, from those, on the street up to the press gallery, all believed that that was going to be the outcome. And I thought that that would be a bad outcome for our country.
But how does a shy boy, when you were a boy you were very shy, you shunned the limelight frequently. How does that kid, who then goes to become a politician, decide, above all the others, to take on the Prime Minister and pull him out of his job?
Well, I'm still pretty shy. You might. I'm not sure that I demonstrate it all the time, but I still consider myself to be a fairly shy person. I mean, in this business, you've got no choice but to be involved in the media and in public life, etc. But look, for me, I've been in politics 18 years. I had served under John Howard, under Brendan Nelson, under Tony Abbott, and under Malcolm Turnbull as leaders of our party. I've been on the front bench of the Liberal Party since 2004. I thought I had the experience. I thought, having held my seat, which is really a Labor seat, for that period of time, that I had a good campaigning experience and background. And I made a judgment, along with a number of other colleagues, 40 of whom supported me in the ballot.
But you forced the change?
Well, no, I didn't actually, because when Malcolm went to see Tony Abbott and there was a change of leadership there, Malcolm called it on. The fact is that when we went into that party room on the Tuesday, we didn't know that Malcolm was going to declare his leadership open. So there wasn't a coup, as some people would describe what happened with Rudd and Gillard and Rudd again. So it was quite... That might have been the sliding door moment as to whether I took a decision to stand up when he declared his position vacant, or whether I'd taken a decision to stay seated and let him continue on.
OK. What if Scott Morrison, in your eyes, can't win the next election? Will you challenge him?
I think we've moved now beyond the period where parties are going to change leaders mid-term.
You'll never do that again?
I just don't see that that is possible because of the experience, the bitter experience of the last 10 years.
So you'll never do that again?
No, and I think Scott has demonstrated himself, despite what some people might say over summer. Not all of us have a perfect day every day, but I watch him in action in the National Security Committee. I'm in the leadership group and in Cabinet, obviously, and interact with him very closely. He's a very different leader than his predecessor, and I think he demonstrated his capacity to campaign and to bring our party together and to unite it in a way that it wasn't, before the August ballot.
Now, you've all got one very big thing in common. We've established this with these two. The same applies to you. You've all been deep-sea fishing. You love your fishing. You love catching fish. A friend of mine said you wouldn't believe who I ran into at Hammerstone Island off Queensland over the Christmas period, or before Christmas. His two kids, Peter Dutton, his two kids, catching fish on a daily basis.
That was a great... It was actually, I mean, quite apart from the enjoyment of the fishing, I've got 3 children. So Rebecca, who's 18, now got a car, so you'll see her occasionally.
It's the scariest thing in the world.
My mother has no sympathy at all because she just says this is history repeating itself. So, so that they get that independence. But I took my 2 boys up who are now 15 and 14, and their lives are so quick and everything is so instantaneous, and social media and all the rest of it. It was nice to be completely out of contact and to have their company and attention. And
let me guess, the Home Affairs Minister didn't have his phone off, though?
Up there was no reception.
It would have killed you.
Well, the federal police had a satellite phone, so in difficulty, I suppose we could have headed out. But
what bait did you use? Because we've just had a conversation about bait.
I think we were using just offcuts that they had. So Haggerstone Island's where you're talking about. and there's this wonderful family who run it.
Yeah.
Sam, who's...
It's a great resort, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It's only about 12 people or something like that, and you're literally in the middle of nowhere. But Sam, who's the son... you know, they were just off cuts that they'd frozen, so whatever fish that they caught, well, you couldn't miss. And but there are a lot of sharks there too, a lot of reef sharks. So so you're pulling a lot of, you know, half-eaten fish up as well.
Now you're looking after the coronavirus for us. You're looking after the threat of terrorism for us. You're looking after border security for us. You've also found time, as I understand, to play driving instructor for your daughter. That's 100 hours.
Yeah, it was good. Well, again, but it was a nice time together where
do you get
you're
that
in the
time?
car. Now, what I was amazed by was that I had the patience, because my wife wouldn't say that I'm always the most patient person. So, and I'll see how I go with my son, who turns 16 in
I've got to ask. It's 100 or 120 hours?
120. 100 in Queensland.
Did you cheat at all?
No. No, because it's all now on the app. So,
yeah,
so it's all put in sort of in real time.
No, we had to do ours in a book, and there might have been, you know, because you just want to get it.
Oh, man.
Maybe driving on the farm. So there might be a 5 minute, 10 minutes here or whatever else, but yeah.
I'm doing it now, hopefully. I'm doing it with my daughter.
Hopefully you can't take it off him.
I'm doing it right now with my daughter. We went for the first drive and we got pulled over by the cops.
Yeah, right.
She froze. Yeah. Whoa, what's going on? It was just a random breath test.
Well, the trouble for Rebecca was that we have the AFP with us, obviously, so the AFP are in the BMW behind us driving. So when she takes off from the stop sign, you know, she's got to allow space for two cars. So it was quite a different experience for her in the learn to drive with the police tailing and watching her every move. So maybe she was better and more conscious of what she was doing because of that.
I want to go back to the 21st of August, as I would. Was there ever a screaming match between you and Malcolm Turnbull, face to face?
No, there wasn't. I had a very good relationship with Malcolm Turnbull. And I
during that week?
Well, we just didn't have contact during that week.
Right.
So a couple of discussions, I think one text message, and that was it at that stage.
Can you show us that text message?
Give us a look at the text. Wouldn't you love to see the text message, eh?
So, no. So, look, I think, again, there's a level of professionalism there, but I've never sought to tear down Malcolm's legacy. I think there are certain aspects of his prime ministership which he should be very proud of, that we all contributed to, but it was a difficult situation. We'd lost all but one seat in the 2016 election. You remember Malcolm even hesitated going out to the media that night because we didn't know whether we'd won the election after such a big majority in the 2013 election, and we'd been smashed in the by-elections. It was clear to me that Shorten would be Prime Minister, and as I say, I just think that would have been bad for the economy, bad for families, small businesses, and, you know, those people that we'd worked hard to represent.